Hello and welcome to our piano tutorial. My name is Ray Luna and today we are going to learn Somebody by Depeche Mode. Before we begin, I would like to thank all of my students, subscribers, and patrons for their continued support and generous donations. Thank you for helping me teach piano around the world. I would also like to thank my good friend Mike from the Depeche Mode Global Fan Group on Facebook for helping me with the piano arrangement we will study today. I truly appreciate your time and assistance. So let's get started. This is part 2 of our video series, and today we will focus on part 2 of the verse as well as the pre-chorus and chorus of the song. When we're all done, it should sound like this. Okay, so let's begin with part 2 of the verse. I'll play you a sample now so you can see how it sounds. She will listen to me. Okay, so starting in C major, you'll be playing a C major chord in the right hand and the C octave with the 5th in the left. Then you'll play another C major chord and the single notes D, E, C. Okay, so now we move on to G major. This part's a little tricky, so I'll walk you through it. Okay, in the right hand, you'll be playing a G major chord and a B note in the left hand. Then you play a B note by itself here, a G note with the left hand, and back to the G major chord. Then G, B, and D. Okay, so now that takes us down to the A minor chord. In the right hand, you'll be playing an A minor chord, and in the left hand, you'll be playing a single note A. Then you play a C by itself, an A in the left hand, and back to the A minor chord, a single note A, and then A, and that takes us back to the C major chord. Okay, so in the right hand, you'll be playing a C major chord, and in the left hand, you'll be playing the C, G, C octave with the 5th, like this. And then one more C major chord. Okay, let's take it from the top and see how it sounds. I will play it slowly for you. She will listen to me. Okay, so now let's take a look at the pre-chorus. The pre-chorus is almost exactly the same as verse part 2. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, let me walk you through that with the lyrics now. Though my bones may be wrong, they may even be perverted, she'll hear me out and won't easily be converted. Okay, so now let's take a closer look at the pre-chorus and break it down. As you may have noticed, the pre-chorus is very similar to verse part 2. Okay, starting in the right hand, you will play A, G. You're going to be playing C, E, and F sharp as a chord in the right hand, and in the left hand, you will land on C, G, C. Once again, we go A, G, C, E, F sharp in the right hand, and C, G, C in the left. Then you go back to G, A, and then down to a C major chord. Let me play that for you again. Okay, so now we stay in C major, and you're going to play a little shuffle fill here. Let me show you what I mean. You're going to play a single note C in the left hand, and then you're going to shuffle up to the G and C together, and then hit a single note G, like this. In the right hand, you're going to play a C major chord, and you'll play it on the shuffle right here. Okay, so now that leads us down to the G major. The good news is that the rest of this part of the song stays exactly the same as verse part 2. Starting in the right hand, we'll be hitting an inverted G major chord and a single note B in the left. Then you will play a single note B in the right, a G in the left, back to the chord, G, B, D. Okay, so now that brings us over to the A minor, and once again, it's exactly the same as verse part 2. In the right hand, you will play an A minor chord and a single note A in the left. Then you'll play a single note C, another A note in the left hand, back to the chord, an A note again, and then walk it up, A, B, and end on a C major. Okay, so now let's take it from the top and see how it sounds. Though my bones may be wrong, they may Okay, so now we move on to the chorus of the song. When we're all done, it should sound like this. Okay, so now let's break down the chorus. It should be noted here that the first part of the chorus, you'll be switching back and forth between a C major chord and a G major chord. And you'll be playing the following pattern. Okay, so starting in the right hand, you'll be playing 2 C chords, followed by 2 G chords. Pause, 2 G chords, followed by 2 C chords. Pause again, 2 C chords, and 2 G chords. Let's take that from the top and I'll show it to you again. Okay, so the first part of the chorus, you'll be switching between C notes and G notes. In the left hand, you'll be playing the following pattern. A G note, followed by D, G, and then C notes, a single C note, followed by G and C. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so now let's put the 2 hands together and I will play it for you really slowly. Please pay special attention to the notes on your screen. Okay, so now that takes us down to the next chord change. In the left hand, you'll be playing F sharp octaves. In the right hand, you'll be playing D, F sharp, and B. Okay, so once again, you'll be playing F sharp octaves in the left hand, and the right hand will play the D, F sharp, B. And then you switch immediately to a G major. Okay, so once again, in the left hand, you're playing F sharp octaves. In the right hand, you're playing D, F sharp, and B, and switching quickly to a G major chord. Okay, so once you make the quick transition to G, you hit a pair of F sharps again, and then down to E octaves in the left hand, and in the right hand you're playing E and G. So it looks like this. This is one of the trickier parts of the song. If you can get this, you've got it all the way. Once you hit the F sharps and you make the quick change to the G major, you're going to hit a pair of F sharps again, and then E octaves in the left hand, and an E and a G in the right. Let me show you that transition again. Okay, so now in the left hand, you're going to be walking down along with the changes. Let me walk you through it slowly first, and then I'll go back and break it down. So once you land on the E and the G here, with E octaves in the left hand, you're going to walk down. You're always going to keep the G note. You're going to go down to a D and a G with D octaves, back up to the E, back down to the D, and then over to a C. Always keeping the G, but moving the right hand, the right thumb here. Okay, let me walk you through that one more time. So you land on this change. So we're almost there. Let me walk you through that one more time. Okay, so let me just break down the right hand for you because it's a little confusing. So you take the little transition down to the E, and then you follow it down, D, E, D, C, D, C, D, and then the chord C major, and then... Okay, one more time, let's just do that again to be thorough. You're going to do that little transition. Together. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the D major and back to the top of the song. Okay? I may be repeating myself a little bit, but this is the trickiest part of the song. I actually had to have my friend Mike from the Depeche Mode Global Group help walk me through this. So thank you, Mike, for that. Here we go. Let's break it down one more time. Funky little transition here. Together. 1, 2, 3, 4 to D major and okay, now let's take it from the very top of the chorus and see how it sounds. Okay, so for those of you who watch the live versions of Depeche Mode 101 and Live in Hamburg, you'll notice that Martin sings an extra verse that's not on the recording. This is where he says, "In a place like this, I'll get away with it." So I want to walk you through that. You're going to do the funky change once. You're going to walk down to the D, back up to the E, up to the F sharp again, to G. Place like this, I'll get away with So the entire chorus is the same. You're just walking back up from the E, D, back up to the F, to G. In a place like this, I'll get away with it. Hopefully that makes sense. It's a little bit of it's a lot of chord changes. If we start on this part again, we do the little funky change. And the rest stays the same. Through that one more time. We're going to do that little funky change once. D, E, back up to the G, D twice, then the funky change again, and then the rest is the same as the first time we learned it. Let me show you what the extended version of the chorus looks like. Though things like this make me sick, in a case like this, I'll get away with it. And in a place like this, I'll get away with Okay, so I think that's enough for this lesson, and believe it or not, that is all of the parts you need to know to play Somebody by Depeche Mode. I'd like to say a sincere thank you to all of my students and all of my subscribers and everyone who comes by to watch my videos. I cannot thank you enough for your generous support and for helping me keep this channel going. I would like to give a special thank you to Rob Rom and all my good friends at the Depeche Mode Global Fan Group on Facebook. I would also like to thank my good friend Vaughn George. Please do yourself a favor and go check out his channel. It is everything you've ever wanted to know about Depeche Mode. I will leave links in the description. I'd like to thank you very much for all your subscriptions, for watching my videos, for all your kind comments, and for your generous donations. Thank you for helping me keep this channel going. So, with that being said, we will see you on the next one, and thank you again.